We're going to meet a local author and poet. She has a new book out, her first one. Joining me today, Monique Wilbert, and she wrote Pomegranate. And thanks for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so tell us about the book, poetry. Why not a novel? Why not a biography? What's with poetry?
So I found out early on, not too long ago actually, but that poetry was my voice. I had interest in words, I had interest in expressing myself. I've been an artist for years, and it turns out you can also paint with words. So that's how I found that poetry was for me.
Yeah, so what kind of poetry do you like to write? I mean, it's your words, your passion, so it's a variety of things, or is there a theme through this book?
Yes, so this book is particularly about me, my personal experience as a Black woman, my familial story, and other themes that relate to my experience. And Pomegranate is one of the key poems in the book. That's why it's titled that.
Okay.
And there's illustration in here as well that I've put along with it.
All right. So it's your story, but I bet people are going to be able to connect and think, yeah,
hopefully.
This is me. Is that what you're hoping?
That's what I'm hoping for. There are a lot of personal experiences that I know I share with other people. And when I talk about my book, people tell me, I've had responses so far that, oh, I've experienced something like that too. So that's wonderful. That's my intention is for the book.
Right, yeah. And through poetry, do you feel like people understand it maybe a little better? So it's shorter than like reading a whole novel and a whole book with, 20 chapters.
Yes and no. There's a little bit of a strangeness to it, I think, for people, because not a lot of people encounter poetry on day-to-day, but they don't realize that they actually do. It's something that is emotional, it's something that is felt. So when they read words, they're like, oh, I feel something, it stirs something in them. And that's how I feel when I read poetry and when I write it.
Right, yeah. Well, poetry also can be musical too. I mean, you know, and so I assume yours doesn't always rhyme, or maybe some of them don't rhyme at all, but I mean, there is that passion that just kind of just flows out, right, when you read it?
Yes. There's a lot of what's called like just rhythm, just like in music. It has its own tone, so it has sounds, like different words. Like I use a term called, in the featured poem called Pomegranate, it's called popping juice. So you get a picture of the pomegranate and the pieces of pomegranate, the seeds that are popping in your mouth. So there's things like that you can viscerally react to.
All right. Well, it's poetry. Let's hear some, all right? Pick one out and read it to us.
I'll read you one that is super important to me. It's about me getting my hair done as a little girl.
Oh, okay.
This one is called Mortal Coils. How was my youth spent? On kitchen vinyl, rat tail, wide tooth, enchantment and curls. Charming chords into springing ties, knots deeply winding, my mother labored days. She made me pretty. She sculpted my wild hair, fashioned lovely braids, locks fixed as ornaments. Look what God made, she says, her hands coated in the bluest of magic.
Wow, that's great.
Thank you.
Also, open up the book cover.
This is what it looks like.
Yeah, that is awesome. I just love that. And is that where the artwork, the artistry that comes out with you too?
Yes.
That you're...
I have illustrations along with. So this is like my curls, my hair. I've got different illustrations throughout, and then at the end I have a short bio that tells a little bit more about me and why this is important to me, and I have an intro as well. And all
right,
that, so.
Awesome. All right, so it is available, right? I went and checked it out on Amazon, so you can get it there.
It's only available on Amazon for right now. It's just the one copy, just the one volume.
Right.
But this is my first of many, hopefully.
That's what I was gonna say. You're working on more. The
yes,
juice
I'm already
is really
working
flowing.
on the second book.
Awesome.
Yes.
Plus, you'll be out and about in the community. You've got some, events that you're putting together, book signings and stuff, so you can get it that way, right?
Yes, there's a book signing that will be at Art Space Lima in July, the first week of July.
All right, and you're working on other ones, so you'll be seeing you
Yes.
out and about in the community and
Yes, ma'am.
book in hand, ready to sell, right? I just love that cover, and I love that it's such passion from you. So thanks for joining us today and
Thanks
sharing.
for having me. Thanks so much.
All right, don't go away. Noon Edition continues in a moment.